Trevor Lawrence has what a league source described as a knee sprain that is not significant, but it's uncertain whether Lawrence can play Thursday night at New Orleans. Doug Peterson confirming that, speaking to the media moments ago. Peterson saying he's not sure if Lawrence is going to play on Thursday night. If Lawrence does not go, if he can't go, C.J. Beathard is the Jaguars' backup quarterback and would start on the road at the Saints, who lost 20-13 on the road at C.J. Stroud, DeMeco Ryans, and the Houston Texans. Racked up like 1 billion yards in total offense and just couldn't score. Wow, I wonder if that's like they're unlucky or this is just their thing, and it's what they do every single week. So now can we have this news that Lawrence may not play in the game? Last night, the Jaguars were about a 1-point road favorite. Where do we stand right now? Again, this is happening in real time right now with this Trevor Lawrence injury news.
Yeah, obviously the side and the total will both be impacted by this. Think about Deshaun Watson to P.J. Walker, right? What happened in that Browns-Niners game yesterday. And another thing with that game, that doesn't mean it's predictive of who's going to win, as the Browns proved, with a backup quarterback winning as a 9.5-point underdog, thanks to old Mad Eye Moody over there. But the Saints game is probably, I was going to say, is it done moving for now? It probably is. So the Saints were, about a 1-point favorite. The places that still have the game open, the Saints are about a 3-point home favorite now, so we've kind of gone on to the key number of 3. And my guess is we don't go through it until we know more about whether Lawrence is going to play or not.
If it's announced at any point that Trevor Lawrence is in, even if he's going to be at like 75%, and it's going to be basically pick the winner of the game, like Jaguars by 1, Saints by 1, I will be falling all over myself. This will be like the episode of Seinfeld where Costanza's at the birthday party or whatever, and someone yells fire, and he pushes down like the grandma, the old woman, in order to get out and save himself. I will be pushing over women and children en route to click the button on the Jacksonville Jaguars to win the game if it's announced that Lawrence is in. I don't need any other analysis other than pick the winner of the game on a short week. I don't care where the game is played. Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence or Derek Allen. Easy. Yeah. As long as Lawrence plays. Now, if Lawrence doesn't play, then we can have a different conversation, right? And I guess so let's say Lawrence is ruled out and C.J. Beathard's in. We're already at 3. It's going to go up a little bit more, right? It's going to be Saints 3.5 probably, or maybe 4.
You would imagine maybe more, maybe 4. Yeah. You have to get more of a pop off this injury. Yeah, you have to go through 3 on this injury, I think, in the market. I think that has to happen.
So I guess here's the question that we have to ask ourselves, right? If C.J. Beathard is the starting quarterback for the Jaguars, and let's just say it's Saints minus 4, are you taking the points with the Jaguars with C.J. Beathard at quarterback?
I don't think so. I think I think I'm just good in that situation. But I'll tell you what, like, if it's going to be Beathard, I think the total's got to be like 34.
I was actually going to say like 36, and you went lower than that. Bills head coach Sean McDermott saying that Josh Allen is day-to-day right now with the shoulder injury. Remember, Allen last night had to come out of the game for a little bit, and like Kyle Allen came in, and like maybe he was being checked for a concussion. Also, I feel like Allen's like always dealing with injuries, so he's day-to-day right now. I think like probably going to play in the game, I'm sure. Day-to-day on Monday. The game's on Sunday, but like maybe might not be at 100%. He played a lot of last year with his elbow injury, not at 100%. And this one matters less, but just like because it just crossed the wire, Dalton Kincaid remains in concussion protocol for the Bills. Not that it matters. Dawson Knox would just play tight end. The point spread in the market right now, Ken, at BetMGM at least, and I don't know if it's moved elsewhere off of the Allen like shoulder injury day-to-day news, is Buffalo like right up on the edge of 10. Bills minus 9.5 on the road at the page. I mean, this is like we're talking like bottom basement ranking here for New England. Bills 9.5 on the road at their place. Total in the game is 42. Pen, pencil, blood, or blank. A very interesting point spread, side and total market here for the Pats and the Bills.
Yeah, I know the crazy part, though, is just because of how the Patriots have been rated even the last couple weeks and how they played, like I got like pretty close to this. Like I got 7.5 was my number for the game and on the road, and we're in that zone. Just to update you on like with the Allen stuff coming out, again, it's Monday, and on Monday something you'll see sometimes is like some sports books are more reactive to news that comes out that's unexpected, and some sports books are less reactive. So some are paying attention and some aren't, because it's Monday and you probably have some idea about the quarterbacks, but like Lawrence, I think that caught a lot of people by surprise that didn't have like inside information. I think the Josh Allen news probably caught a lot of people by surprise. So we have seen some movement on this game. There are a couple books that are now have the market open at Bills minus 8 is the new number in the market. So kind of getting closer to a touchdown. Just to be honest, like, so again, we have another game where like, and I almost want to apologize because I feel like we're doing all these games and I'm almost like, I don't know what you want me to say right now. Like, I don't know anything about Tyson Bagent. I can't offer you a lot here. And like, I can't do work on what I think that's going to be because I don't have a clue and the market's tiny. So like, there's no even extreme outcome to play. In this game, I agree with you that my expectation just right now, knowing nothing else, would be that Allen plays. And I got to be honest, like, I get why the Patriots are getting bet. The old Patriots handicap used to be like, well, against the okay teams, they could hang, but against anybody with talent, no way. And now Buffalo's come into town, and because Allen's hurt, the Patriots are getting bet. This kind of feels like Dallas all over again to me, where like people are going to take like, oh, Belichick can scheme something up like he did the other time. Like, no, he can't. Like, I have stuff open right now being like, cool, can I like tease the Bills from 8-2? And I don't even care if Allen plays. Question. They're going to win. They're going to win. Like, they're going to win the game.
I don't know if I...
Really?
I disagree with that. Yes, if Kyle Allen's the quarterback, I would
you should bet the Patriots
to win.
So
well, if Josh Allen plays, I don't want... But if Josh Allen plays, then I don't want the Patriots.
But you get prices you'll never get if he misses. Like, you get great prices right now on the Patriots.
Yeah, but I think he's going to... But I think he's going to play.
Okay, so then we're having like a mood. Like, this argument's irrelevant then. So like,
well, just
like if he misses, then
if he misses the game, I think the Patriots would win because I think Kyle Allen's one of the worst backup quarterbacks in the league. I think he should have to change his last name.
Tell me how you think the Patriots are scoring in the game.
I would think it would be just a very low scoring game. I don't think the Bills would really be able to score either.
I think the Bills would be able to run the ball. And the Bills would be able to do really basic stuff that the Patriots can't do and win. Bettors do this to themselves all the time. We've been guilty of it too. I know I have, where like the number looks crazy to you, but then you watch the game and you go like, the loser team is going to do some loser thing to not cover because they're a loser team. Like Carolina's a loser team. So like, yeah, they get up 14, then they're going to figure out a way.
Too soon.
They're gonna figure out a way to do loser stuff. Like it's 14-0 Carolina, and I'm like, don't text him, because like this can still go off the rails. But like, oh my god, but don't text him, don't do it, like because that's how. Then if Miami comes back, then it's like you had to text me. It was 14-0, like it was going so well.
You know me well enough to know like I'm feeling good at that point, but I know that the game's far from over at that point too.
It would have been funny for the show. Just like I had the phone open and I was like thinking about like. Panthers? ? Like I thought, like, and he played better. He did play better. They moved the ball a little better than I think everybody thought they were going to move it.
Any bets or like early thoughts, at least, with Baltimore and Detroit?
Yeah, I think this is an awesome game. Best game of the morning slate, no question. And I think the action is going to come one way or the other based on weather. If this is a poor weather game, if there's wind in the 20-mile-an-hour range, if there's any semblance of rain, then Detroit is an absolute stay away. Just because Goff in those conditions has proven to be such a fundamental liability that I don't think you can even take 3 points with him in that spot against a very, very well coached and skilled Ravens defense. And then the flip side is if this is like a neutral weather game. This is Lions, Lions money line is a pretty fun look for me. And I think the Lions are very, very good. This is a top 5 defense by my numbers so far this season. It's just a hair above the Ravens, ironically, and that's why you're looking at this super duper low total. I like their speed. I like their ability to match, what the Ravens bring to the table in terms of X factor with Lamar Jackson running. And I think that in general, there's nothing about the defense that I don't think can carry on at this level against a Ravens offense that's still figuring things out. And then the flip side is, again, if Goff can operate pretty comfortably, he's behind a very, very solid offensive line, incredible set of weapons. I think they could make the Ravens hurt here. So Lions carry on their winning ways as long as we're not talking about 20-mile-an-hour winds.
I can't believe I'm saying this, and maybe I'll regret saying this. Do you think, and this is like a very subjective, do you think the Ravens are tough?
What a question. Do I think they're tough? Like, what do you mean? Like good at the line of scrimmage? Is like that what you mean?
Do you think they're like a mentally tough? And I think Harbaugh's a good coach. Do you think they're like they're because the Lions are tough? Are the Ravens tough?
I don't know what the Ravens are. I guess would be my answer. And I don't mean that in a good way. Like, I don't mean like, oh, they could be really good.
I think they're not good.
I think their ceiling is really low. Like, I think their offense like actually can't be good. And I know we have so few games of Monken to like figure that out. It's like, well, but like give them some time and it'll turn into. And when I watch them play, it just looks really clunky. It doesn't look smooth. It looks like, okay, like we're doing that. Now we're going to do this other thing. And like, are these pieces ever going to add up to something that's like they want to win the Super Bowl? Like, I assume that's what we're talking about. Not like go 10-7. Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs this year probably. Like, that's whatever. Okay, but like they're in a playoff game and they're playing like Kansas City or Miami or Buffalo or even Cincinnati.
The like, Chargers.
Like you like them?
No.
I'd like the other team in every one of those games.
I agree.
So like that's what I think they are. Tough. I don't know. Who I know about tough.
I don't think they're tough, and I think the Lions are tough.
Just a word on teasers, because we've done 2-3 games that have qualified almost already for these like 6-pointers. You go like 2.5 to 8.5 or 1.5 to 7.5, like these dogs up. And I think people are going to see these low totals, 39, 37, 38, and be like, oh, teasers, like 1.5 to 7.5 with a low total game. Just like my advice here is like literally don't tease any of them. And the reason for that is that what you're trying to do when you tease is you almost want to like identify situations that have no volatility in them, like where the point spread's rock solid and like we have so much data on the teams, we know exactly what that number is supposed to be, and then I want to tease away from it because I think that's like a perfect point spread. Like, I think we have so much information about what the difference between the teams is that now I want to pay this tax to tease away from it because I gain a lot by doing that. And so I almost want to identify situations that have like no volatility. These situations have as much volatility as anything you could possibly. We don't know anything about any of these guys. Tyson Bagent, you want to tease that game? Lose 50-0, win 50-0. Those are the outcomes that are possible. Like, who knows? Against Brian Hoyer, and the goal is you want to tease? Like, PJ Walker on the road, and you don't know what that's supposed to, against Gardner Minshew? Like, and the idea is like, well, I know exactly what that point spread's supposed to be. Tease. You know, and I'm sure the thought will be like, well, yeah, but like low total, like they're just backup quarterbacks, so they're bad. Man, like, I think when you have this many games with quarterback weirdness on both teams, that's when I'm just like, there's a ton of volatility in those. I don't care how low the totals are. There's so much volatility in those games. We don't know anything. And if we don't know anything, I don't want to tease. So like, I'm with you. If I had to pick a side of this game, the Browns defense is not even close to the best thing going in this game. I mean, it's not even close when they're facing Gardner Minshew. So like, I don't know if Cleveland's going to score a lot. I still think they're going to have trouble a lot on that side. But yeah, like if I had to bet the game right now, yeah, I'd bet Cleveland. Like I think they're better than this number even with, but I don't think PJ Walker is like it in terms of, you know, some blowout for Cleveland in the game. How do people watch this stuff that don't bet on it? Thank God we bet on it. Like, these games are stupid. Thank God we bet on them because, like, as a fan, a viewer, listen to the games we've gone through so far. Like, is this interesting to people that don't bet? Like, thank God we're doing this.